if I stand just here, leave the bike, just against here for 2 minutes to talk, and then forgive me if I get a leaflet out just to show you what we're thinking of, what TfL are thinking of when it comes to this section of road. Portland Place South. There we go. Two options for Portland Place. Option B, option A and option B. Obviously, I prefer option B. Now, what's the difference? Option A is going to be on either side of the street, advisory cycle lanes. So that's the cycle lanes with the dots. Now, how are they going to do that? You can see the cars parked alongside here. Well, they're going to remove some of the parking bays that are here, diplomatic parking bays, residence parking bays as well. Now, yeah, obviously that's option A, advisory cycle lanes, moving some of the bus stops. Option B is going to be a mandatory and effectively segregated cycle lanes on a raised track, so kind of like the East-West Superhighway, which opens on 30th of April. And so segregated, raised track cycle lanes, cars cannot go on these, going down Portland Place, heading into the central London grid. And as you can see at the traffic lights there, some of the junctions will, I wouldn't say be slightly remodeled, but there'll be links to other cycle superhighway routes, and maybe TfL will do some work on sequencing the traffic lights there. But option A is advisory cycle lanes, option B is mandatory cycle lanes. To do that, they will have to make more space for cycles, which might mean moving a lot of these parking bays. They're on the side and in the middle and on the side over there. So I'll finish this now because I've got to get to work, and according to my Garmin it's 7:12, so I'm on time. What does this mean for CS11? Essentially a big remodel of Swiss Cottage Junction, Regent's Park becoming much more of a park again, and then more segregated cycling space into London as well, at Swiss Cottage and possibly at Portland Place here. I wanted to clear up some of the myths. Cars will not be banned from Regent's Park. You'll still be able to use it as a destination. There are going to be some changes to some of the roads around in terms of using secondary roads, but TfL have spent 2 years remodelling, looking at traffic models, simulations, to actually figure out, in their view, what could happen, and they use a lot of computing power to do this. The controversy for some people is, of course, and cyclists and other users, is of course the raised junctions at the cobblestones, and how that will be negotiated with stakeholders going forward. But I believe this project it's not just about me, but if you think about it, it's also London as a city. There are 500,000, possibly hundreds of thousands of people. I'm not going to quote the figures exactly off the top of my head. They're migrating here every year. A lot of these people do not drive at all. If you're young, speaking to one chap I know, daughters of 18, they won't drive. They're not interested in driving yet. How are these people going to get around? For obviously public transport, but also by bike. And that means cycling is growing by a huge percentage year on year in London, and that means TfL, which is Transport for London, will have to provide more space for cyclists as well to move around in, just as the boroughs did for the motor cars in the 60s with some schemes which they now regret, like making Swiss Cottage gyratory one way, and are changing back again. It's part of how cities change and how we live. So I hope you find this video interesting. I hope you find it didn't talk too much, and I will put a link to the consultation. The closing date is March the 20th, and it's very important. Obviously, I'm supporting of this and put option B for Portland Place, but it's very important that you fill in the consultation. You have almost a week to do it, just over a week to do it, and get your feedback into TFL. Just as I said, my name is Eugene Regis. Please tweet to me on @NW6Cyclist if you have more questions, and obviously in the consultation you've got links to TFL, etc. I hope you have a safe day and commuting in, or good day at work. Thank you.